Hi, my name is Dan Meharg, and I want to show you how to grow native wildflowers indoors. So what I've been doing is I've collected the New England aster when it's all fluffy. That's a sign that the seeds are ready to fly off and land somewhere else. But in order to grow them indoors, we have to remove the fluff because the fluff can become moldy if it's in the soil indoors. And so what I've done is I've picked the New England aster and I've put it on this screen and I've run it through the screen a few times. And what I've done is I've slowly removed the fluff so that all we have left are the seeds. Do you see the seeds there on the top of the screen? I'm going to very carefully put them in this container here. See? And I probably have removed most of the fluff from this too. You can see the fluff is along the edge but not in the center. So I can safely make a little pathway here and I can put the rest of the seeds down in here. Now New England aster is not known to be great for germinating, so only about 20% of these seeds will actually form a little plant. So I need a whole lot of them if I'm going to grow them indoors. So this is my New England aster. And then blue vervain grew as a stalk, and all I do here is I just peel the seeds off of the stalk. So I get lots of seeds that way. And then for evening primrose, these little seed pods grew. And all I have to do is just peel open the seed pod and pour out the seeds that are inside here. So that's pretty easy to do. Now, seeds have a little brown coating on the outside of them. That's called the seed coat. And the reason that they have that seed coat is that the plant doesn't want to start germinating or growing on a warm day in January or February here in the northeast of the United States, because when it gets cold again, this plant will freeze and die. And so the plant has this tough seed coat and usually some special chemicals inside which will not let the plant grow until the plant has been in the soil for a long time, for like maybe until springtime, let's say, until the soil warms up. But there's a way when we grow plants indoors to allow the plants to sort of be tricked into thinking they can go ahead and grow indoors. And we can do that by placing these seeds in damp soil in the refrigerator. So I'm going to take my New England aster seeds and I'm going to come over here, and I've got a bag here. Someday I'd like to learn how to use less plastic in this process, because plastic isn't great for the environment. But I have this plastic bag and I've put some organic potting soil in here and I've sprayed it so that it's nice and damp, because the plants need to be in damp soil. And then I'm going to place them in here. First I'm going to get the soil out, put it in here. And then I'm going to put the New England aster in this damp soil. And then I'm going to put this container in the refrigerator for about 6 weeks. I'm just going to sprinkle the seeds all along the top of the surface here. Hopefully I've gotten a lot of the fluff out so that it's just seed in here. Try to get, like I said, only about 20% of this is actually going to grow, so I'm going to put a lot in here, and not all of it's going to germinate or sprout and make a baby plant, but some of it will. So I'm putting lots of seed in here. And then I'm going to carefully put some soil on the top using this kitchen sifter. All these supplies I just got from the grocery store, just in the kitchen section. So it's pretty easy to get the sifters and get the Tupperware containers in the plastic. Just covering the top here with a gentle layer of soil. And then I'm going to mist it a little bit more just to make sure the seeds are good and damp, just like they would be outdoors if they floated off from the plant and landed on the soil, in the soil someplace. And then we're going to put it in the refrigerator to make it nice and cold. One thing I want to make sure I do is I create a really good label. And on this label, I'm going to put down the fact that I collected the seeds on October 26th, and I put them in the refrigerator on December 2nd. And I'm going to also write down what they are. So I'm going to do New England Aster. And write collected 10/26/19 and refrigerator on 12/2/19. I'm going to put this right on the top. Now, some of you may not have a parent or a person at home that's too wild about you letting you put it in the refrigerator. And so there's another option. You can also put it outside in the garage, just in a dark, cool place in the garage. It's okay if it gets above and below freezing, because the plants are used to that. But just put it out in the garage. And then you want to wait about 6 weeks before you take the plants out. And every so often you want to open this up and check to make sure that the soil is still damp. Because if this dries out, it's not going to help the plants germinate or sprout. And then you're going to take the plant, and I have a little grow light right here. You're going to put the shelf up nice and high so that the plants are right underneath the grow light. I'm going to take the lid off, and I'm going to put them right underneath the grow light. I just want to show you what this looks like when it's lit up. These new kind of grow lights, they're made with LED lights, and they're very good at, they're not very expensive, and they don't get very hot, and they're very compact. And if you raise the shelf up and let it grow here, within about 2 weeks or so, you're going to see tiny little green shoots, little seedlings coming up. And in a future video, I'm going to show you how to step up or how to get these plants ready to grow outside in the garden. But I hope this was helpful, and I hope this inspires you to grow some wildflowers indoors. So thanks for watching.